What's up, nail friends? In today's video, I'm going to share with you this pretty blue autumn design with some fake burnt paper in the nail. So I'm not going to actually burn paper. I've done that before and I do have a video of that. So if you want to see that, I will link that in the top corner. This is kind of a burnt paper without burnt paper hack. So let's get started. So my client Ashley is back. This was what her set looked like. I do have this up on YouTube if you're interested. I didn't show the removal of that because I didn't want it to be too long of a video, but I did start just directly on a clear base. The cover pink I'm coming in with is the new Pinkerbel cover shimmer. It's super beautiful. So it's just Pinkerbel cover, but with shimmer added in it. And I added in my second angle again for you guys because I know some people really like that. So I pick up a bead, I'm placing it in the center of the nail, and I am using this to create the start of my smile line. So I'm just using the very tip of my brush to kind of push into the product and try to create a really even and symmetrical smile line. So I will go over this with a hand file though, so it doesn't have to be completely perfect. You just generally want your shaping for the most part. So I just keep fixing up my line and then patting it down. The brush I'm using here is a Glitterbels brush and it is the number 12. So the reason I do this first is because I want it to fully dry before filing it. So I do this on both her middle fingers and then I do the rest of the design. So now I'm dipping into my monomer and I'm picking up a little bit more of that Pinkerbel cover. And now I'm coming in and applying it near her cuticle area. So I put the bead down and now I'm just using the very tip of my brush to kind of push it up towards the cuticle area and try to make it nice and flush. And then I blend it down gently into the bottom half of that already placed down product and try to blend that together really nicely. So here I'm just building up the color a little bit more just to make sure it's really even, and then I'm going to add even more at the very tip. So this does take me quite a while. It's not a one ball method. I definitely play around and place beads and fix up my smile line and make sure it's nice and even and thick before moving forward. When I'm happy with my smile line, I leave it to dry fully and then I'm moving on to the next nail. So the first color I'm coming in with is called Blue Velvet from Glitterbels. This is my absolute favorite blue. It is so beautiful, shimmery and stunning. I love it so much. It totally reminds me of Blue Velvet. So I'm just picking up a small-ish bead and I'm placing it near the cuticle area. I'm using the very, very tip of my brush to kind of push it up to try to get a close application. And then I'm just kind of leaving it on the nail. I'm not really creating a design with this. So the white I'm going to use in the set is called Snowdrops White. So this is just a plain white. And then I'm picking up a bead and I'm placing that and kind of overlapping that blue. This doesn't have to be perfect as well. This is our fake paper background. So I wanted more colors added onto this, so I'm using Glitterbels Royal Prince, which is kind of like a medium blue. And then Mermaid Tears, which is a beautiful color. So I'm just kind of double dipping. You can see both colors are picked up on my brush here. So I just double dipped into both those colors and placing them on the nail. And then I'm going in with a small bead of that Blue Velvet and I'm just pulling it through as well. So this nail just has some dimension on it. Nothing crazy or anything. I'm not trying to do a marble or anything. I also did that on her pointer finger as well. And then I just sped up me applying it on the pinky. This is just the Blue Velvet and I'm just doing this nail super plain with some crystals on it. As you can see, Blue Velvet is super easy to work with. All the shimmery colors are super easy. So pretty. So moving on to her thumb, I'm using this super beautiful glitter called Sapphire. I love it so much. It's basically like a medium blue, like almost like a navy blue, medium navy blue with some silver glitter in it. I'm just applying this at the very tip first, patting that into place, and then I'm going in with a cuticle bead and trying to get that nice and even around the cuticle area. Glitter is super easy to work with, and then I'm just patting it and pulling it into the bottom half of the nail. Then I'm going to go in and add more glitter. So I'm going to use the Nail Team Laser Glitters in the color Navy. So these are basically matching what I had already put down, but they have a holographic glitter to them. And I will use this on the other nails as well later on. So I'm going to come in with some art inks. I'm using the Apres Art Inks, and I'm just applying them on the white to kind of give it that burnt look, burnt old fashioned look. So I'm just mixing the colors and I'm just blending them out and playing with them, the black and the brown and the copper. And I'm just trying to get this to look like the paper is old and burnt. So I don't want that white to be nice and bright. I want it to be kind of like vintage looking. So that means placing colors down and jiggling and removing. Then I'm coming in with this copper one. It's kind of shimmery. I thought it would be fun to add some copper in this since this is a fall design. So the stamping plate I'm using is a Romeo and Juliet stamping plate from Clear Jelly Stamper. So I'm using this poem right here, and I'm using the products from Clear Jelly Stamper, the big stamper and the polish. So I stamping this on the white, and I tried to avoid getting it on the rest of the nail, but unfortunately I did because there was no way around it. And then when I wiped off the extra, I removed some of the art inks, obviously, because it's alcohol, right? So what you're gonna have to do after that is just reapply your art inks. So jumping back to her middle finger, it has now dried, and we can go in and crispen up that smile line. So I'm just using my hand file to do that, and I'm just going back and forth until I get a nice, even, deep smile line, because I'm gonna wanna push the color up into that. After you file that, make sure that you wipe off the dust before going in with color. So now I'm going in with that beautiful blue velvet again, and I'm just taking a small bead of that and putting it across that line, kind of pushing it up into that ledge, and then trying to get it nice and deep into the corners there with the very tip of my brush, pushing that up, cleaning up anything that is on my cover pink, and then I'm just fading that down the nail. So I'm just going to go in with that sapphire glitter at the very, very tip here and blend that up into the blue velvet carefully. And then I'm going to go in with more glitter, the Nail Team holographic glitter as well. So I needed more glitter in this set, like I said earlier. So I picked up some of that sapphire glitter and I double dipped it into the Nail Team glitter, and I'm just jiggling that across the nail. I'm not trying to cover up what I've done. I'm just trying to add to it. So that's what the nail set looks like before encapsulation. So I'm coming in and encapsulating these nails. So I'm using my Glitterbel's glass slippers, and when nails are this long, I like to apply the clear at the tip first. That way when I apply my bead near the cuticle area, I can just fade it into the already built up tip. And I just find that personal preference, it's just a little bit easier for me to get an even application. When applying acrylic over top of stamping, I like to apply it slightly wet but not too wet, and then I just apply it directly on top of the stamp and then just carefully pull the acrylic down the nail. You don't want to make it too wet or play with it too much, or you might make your stamp run and then you would ruin your whole design. So here I'm also just building up my cuticle area, and I'm going to build up an apex as well. And then we will skip finish filing because my technique hasn't changed, and you can see that in a lot of my other tutorials. So make sure you check out my other playlists to see more nail tutorials if you guys like these. And if you want a detailed hand filing and finish filing video, let me know, and maybe I'll try to get one of those done as well. So after finish filing, I noticed that I took off a little bit of color here on the tip. So if you're using a shimmery color like this, you can actually just go right in and apply a little bit more. And since it's so light and sheer, it'll cover it all up and you can just top coat over top. And then here I'm just replacing some art inks where I filed off a little bit of the white, and I didn't want that white to be bright. So I just applied some more art ink over top of that mistake. So now I'm coming in with some crystals, and I wasn't going to keep this in, but a few people have said that they love watching crystal application, even though it's really not anything exciting. But this is actually one of my favorite crystal designs to do on smile line nails like that. So after that's been cured and my crystals are in place, I am applying top coat now. So I'm just using my Glitterbel's No Wipe top coat, and I'm applying it around the crystals and not on top of them, because you don't want to get top coat on your crystals or you'll ruin the shine. I decided to do this set shiny because I thought with the glitter and everything that'd be really pretty. But this set would also look really gorgeous if you did it in matte. And then here on the thumb you can see all that holographic glitter showing up. So pretty. So I had her give that a full cure. I had her sit for about a minute before applying my cuticle oil. So I applied that, massaged it in, and had her wash and scrub her hands. And here is the finished design. I got to remove her nails so you guys could see all the pretty shiny glitter. Hope you guys like my vintage poem hack burnt paper design. And if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you click subscribe and click the bell next to it to be notified when I post. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.